Whoops, not that one. This one. All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sustain in April. Right. That's what we're looking for right there. All right. Monday morning. Not the most active of Monday mornings. I would say this is probably on the bit more of a boring-ish side. What is this right here? I hate when it doesn't. It's not following. Yeah, so we'll see what manufacturing, if manufacturing gives us some type of a boom. Right now, no major market moves, right? Euro session falls, so we'll have 105. Again, that 105 is a big number. It's like $100 in oil. We'll see where they go with that one. France, I can close actually some of these. Close this, and bring this back over. I think this comment is great. France is like, yeah, we're going to continue to pay in euros and dollars. It's like, well, they said they're not going to take it in euros and dollars. So, yeah. I guess France will have theirs cut off as well, and they're trying to show solidarity, right, with Poland and Hungary. It's like, well, they played the game and lost, and you're paying the game. I guess their election is over, so I don't know. Maybe it's like, hey, what's going to happen? They just voted me in. So, yeah, we're not going to take it either. We're going to do the right thing, and people will not eat and use heat. I don't know. But then they're gonna gather to to discuss gas. I don't know if that's natural gas or regular gas, but I think it's pretty interesting. This one comments. Gaspar is like, you idiot. And it's it's a game. I don't know. I mean, prices 3+ times higher, so they have to sell a third of what they need to actually sell to make the same amount of money. So yeah, there's that. I don't know what France is thinking. I really don't know. I just saw that other headline. I was kind of like, oh, I should check out that one. Oh, it's not just Russia. Here it is. It's not just Russia. It's China. Well, yeah, obviously. Yes. It has also contributed to the global food crisis. Russia is blocking vital fertilizer exports needed by farmers everywhere. Well, yeah, and Ukraine's role the breadbasket for Africa and Middle East was destroyed. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I love it. It's like, no, China. It's like, yeah, but, and it's funny that, Russia is blocking vital fertilizer exports. Okay, well, you guys have, I mean, not you guys, but like the rest of the world has basically been so pissed off. They blocked them from using and stolen their accounts, right? Remember, they've blocked and basically absorbed Russia's accounts. So, like, why wouldn't Russia do it? Save fertilizer for people that are, allowing them to conduct business. I love it's so funny how pointed some of the news articles are. It just cracks me up. It's like they caused this hunger. No, if you would not have blocked them from the financial banking system, they would have wanted the money. But you blocked them, so they said, and you said that they will not purchase in rubles. So what did you want? It's just funny. It's like that whole you guys ever see that thing where there's two guys standing across from each other, and there's like depending on what side you're standing on, it's the 6 or the 9. It's just funny how that the reality of what that really is. So it's like they wouldn't give us gas. It's like, well, you wouldn't pay how they wanted. It's like, there was not an agreement. It's why it's a free market. If you do not want to buy, you don't have to buy, right? If they want you to, bark like a dog and hop on one foot for a piece of bread, then you're going to do it if you want it, And eventually, again, if you want it bad enough, you'll do what it takes. That's why it is a market. So, yeah. Besides ISM today, not really a whole lot going on. Early morning, we have Aussie raising their interest rate. It's supposed to go up to 0.25 from 0.1. Again, China's still slowing this down. If China was not in a lockdown, this probably would have gone up to a 0.5. But we'll see. The language, I think, is what will be interesting. I'm assuming the market will have it pre-planned out or pre-priced in well ahead of time. But I expect that there will be some opportunity in this one. Just because of what was I going to say? It's Monday morning. It's one of those Mondays. The coffee hasn't quite kicked in yet. Just because of see, there it is, another coffee moment again, all over again. Just because of China, right? So we'll see. I want to see how much. Again, it's a really late night one. I doubt I'll be awake at that one, but we'll see where it moves throughout the day. I think there'll be opportunity tonight in there. I think the statement going forward is really going to be what the market mover is, not the actual. I think the 0.25 will be priced in, but it's the actual statements, language they use, the more hawkish tone is what will really drive it. We'll see what we can get out of it. All right. Let's go over into charts. And my voice is not in the best condition today. With lacrosse yesterday, yeah, we won, but it was it was not the best of games. We probably didn't deserve to win. It was a team that is a brand new team. They actually have 2 victories over other teams, which is kind of funny, but it's a brand new squad. They were 2-2, but it's a football team. That the coach is like, yeah, he's like, my other son plays lacrosse, so he's on the other team, so I taught all these boys how to play lacrosse this year. Thankfully, they couldn't throw and catch, but being football players, their footwork was amazing. Really threw my defense into an issue, and they had a kid that was taller than me. 6th grader, maybe he was older, I don't know, but 6th grader obviously started to develop early, and not like a skinny rail kid either. He was kind of thick, and he just kept jumping over my defenders to get the ball, and then just dunked it on the goalie. I was like, I got no one that tall, so little crazy scenario. But again, great, nice team. Their boys were so physical from being all football players. My kids were like, oh my God, they're coach, they're hitting hard. I'm like, I get it. I was like, but you guys gotta, toughen up a little bit. We're young too, so but voice is obviously gone because of it. Anyway, so Aussie, let's remove some of these things out here. We had talked about this level before. This was a level, this 70.38, that we've seen price bounce off of at one time. It's taken kind of the nice little pop. I don't know if it got to a 1 to 3 or not. This was an alert setting. You can see that there was an alert there. I don't know if we got an alert on the channel or not. We should have. It should have went out. It was triggered. It's been triggered. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe the alert was having a case of the Mondays as well. Long. Yeah, it looks like it's over. Yeah, it's out. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Yeah, so it did go out before it reversed back down again. So yeah, this trade is out and it's kind of absorbed back down again. This one hit about 11 o'clock last night. I think, actually, you know what? I remember seeing something when I woke up this morning. James is posting that he got one. So it was probably on this. This is one of those alerts. Again, the bounce. And it did. It hit, and then it bounced, and then boom, here was your actual entry of it. So about 1 o'clock in the morning. No. Hold on one sec. One sec, guys. Um, guys. All right, sorry. Someone was trying to schedule a meeting for 6 today. I was like, yeah, it's not going to work. Can't do it. I'll be coaching a high school game. But anyway, nice little bounce on this. I would like to see if we can come kind of maintain some type of, again, maybe it's this area that we look at. Again, we'll see what the Aussie does today. I would assume that I don't know, with the 0.25, I feel like if we can get a reversal in the dollar this morning because the dollar did maintain strength, I think there could be some areas up top. We can delete this now. It bounced through that one. This is an old area we just had for interest. We don't need this one. There was no reversal on Friday. Let's pull this one top to bottom and see where potential levels are. Yeah, it's that I just deleted an area but in there, but probably right about that level. How about APM? Um, that could be a potential area that we're looking for. And like I said, I'm gonna throw this up there and I'm gonna put a like a yellow color on it. Um, again, it is a very again special number, not a set and forget type scenario on that one. But again, that would be a 50% retracement, really from where we saw kind of Friday highs till kind of the overnight's low. If it goes back in that direction, if it's getting strength throughout the day. Otherwise, if we have continued deterioration and it breaks through, I believe. Yeah, there's a little bit of a hiccup in here on the way down, but the next true buying area we have tested is 67.75. I'm sorry, 69.75. I'll put one right here, here, and here. It's got to go. Let's see. It's about 76 pips. That would be a lot of movement, a lot of dollar strength in that. Not that it couldn't happen today. Again, with FOMC this week raising, we only need a couple different comments, and it could potentially be down there. So, it is a potential error for later on tonight as well, for that Aussie strength. But with the 0.25, it is kind of a very kind of weak, aspect to it. As far as the Aussie yen, not really much movement in there, right? We got that 50% or that 61.8 retracement. We kind of pulled off of it. We talked about a profit target at 92.20. We hit it, and you can see there was actually, not only did it hit it, it formed a level, and then actually there was another short that came off of it. That would have been last night at about 7:30, right? 7:30. It chopped through, and again, it didn't really leave with any bang or anything like that, but broke through, grabbed these guys, and then just kind of going sideways. So Aussie yen is probably going to be the better of the two options later on tonight. Again, we know the yen is weak, so any type of strength at all. Here's what I'd say. Between the dollar and the yen, the dollar is in more of a strong position right now. The yen is in more of a weak position. It is supposed to be an Aussie strength-based move because it's raising interest rates. It's not a very strong one. Let's just make sure that everybody understands. Only raising, what 0.15 or whatever it is not necessarily the strongest of raises, especially compared to the rest of the world, but it should provide some strength. What's in there? Again, you don't want to necessarily go the strong. You want to go strong, weak, where it would be the yen. So Aussie yen is probably a better position to trade. Now, if we take last week's kind of low to high, right? You can see we are kind of I would say basing pretty strong in between this 50 and 61. So unfortunately, what we have right now is a scenario where we have a confirmed short, and again, the short's already out with a 1 to 3. It's a level we need to watch out for, but we do have a Harry Potter above. So this old target at 92 now, with the right confirmation, we could have something going higher, this 92.28. I would say down below as well, we had another Harry Potter that we talked about. Hey, listen, if price drops below 91.03, we've pushed this one to the brink, and we have the ability to go all the way down to the 90.33. So I would say these are kind of the two, trade scenarios at this point. Would be if we break low here, or vice versa, we break out of the top here. Actually, yeah, let's put this here. Let's move this over so it looks pretty. Right there. 1 to 3. 1 to 3 is there, but obviously, profit target wise, it would be like right there. Okay, would be where your profit target is. So really looking for 92.30 or a break below 91.03. This is not one of those ones that I would expect to stay inside of the same range. I think that it rolls out. Okay. Euro pound. So euro pound. We were talking about a Harry Potter trade down here, and it was a break of 83.72. We don't have entry yet. It literally is just chopping back and through the level. Look at this. You can see this here. There's no basing. It literally every single one of these it touches. So it hasn't really given us the entry yet to go down. At this point, what I would do on this one is probably adjust the basing just so it's kind of more in close proximity and more of something along these lines, which means it's a break of approximately 83.67, right? Is kind of probably more where this one is now. We still have the same Harry Potter. And again, we mentioned before that we had this little kind of basing level below. This is probably what it would bounce off of. That's exactly what it's basing off of. So we still, it looks like we're going to have to chop through that level. So we can move this across, and it's probably going to be this level of basing now, right? And again, the 1 to 3 is still fine. We know we're good till about this level right here, 83.29. So still, probably pretty decent there. And again, I don't know when it's going to hit. It may go all the way back up here, but we're still looking for a breakthrough. And in fact, let's move this down to the new level so we're more in touch with where the basing level is now. So it looks like it's a break of 83.66. I wouldn't say that this one is necessarily trending. We kind of ground down and then kind of found some stabilization. I don't think today. I don't even think there was any low quality news in this one. Manufacturing was mixed. Germany was good. Italy bad. Spain bad. We got tomorrow morning. German unemployment change, losing more jobs. PMI, nothing's really changing here with the unemployment rate. Nah, there's not too much blockbuster data for this one. Again, I would say probably hold this. Again, everything is European weak. I mean, if Russia makes a comment that says, France, don't pay, we cut it off, again, that should also help jack this down. I've heard a couple different numbers, but Germany was quoted as 5%, 2%. There's a couple different figures out there that if, with any type of gas disruption, it would lower their GDP, which again should also weaken the euro. Not that it strengthens the pound, but it weakens the euro at this point with any type of continued movement. Again, if we take a high to low from this level from last week, you can see that we are right around the 23.6 right now. The 50, I would say that there is a small level here, and this kind of helps draw some kind of, it's close to the 61.8. This strong push off of that base level, I would say that's a potential if we can rally all the way back up there. It's asking a lot, particularly for today, but 84.18 is a level that I would look out for. Again, it's wedging between the 50 and 61, so the people that are using these two as a stop loss, it is a potential area. But right now, we are fluctuating at the 23.6. It did already push it down one time, so there is definitely people short in there. But right now, I'm looking for an eventual kind of breakthrough, 83.66 all the way down to 83.29. Euro yen, also kind of the same stabilization. We talked about this 50. It did actually touch it right here, and this would have happened at what 10? Is it 10:30 or 11? Let's see. It is 11, so I missed it by just a little tiny. Look, the 10:31 pushed all the way down here. It was close, but there's your 11 o'clock reversal, and again, it's Friday. It actually got decent movement out. It probably made it 1 to 3 on Friday. Again, I was not looking at charts at 11. 1, 2, 3. It did break through the top. So you are out, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, you were not before the weekend. So the trade did work out. It just had to go over the weekend, and again, kind of an odd one to hold over the weekend if you did. So if you did trade it, and again, actually, there's the original draw on it. So it was out. It was hidden in the fib there. So right now, I'd say that it does look like it has found some buyers in there. It looks like it could push higher. This is a decent wick formation here. And it's similar as well that it goes up just a little bit more. It would be a rollover point. I don't see anything that's inherently going to be strong yen today. Again, euro is kind of dealing with headlines, but right now you can see right now it's up 0.04%. So it's not really like a mega move or anything like that. Hold on. Okay. I would say the 137.41 is probably the level we're looking at for a reversal. It needs to go about 40 pips. Not going to hit 40 pips in the next 40 minutes, but it could be an afternoon, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock type pattern here. Okay. But there is literally no news on this one. This is going to be all headlines. If we do get a break below, I will say right now, and again, this one is out. We're going to put this on the downside here as well. There is a decent bit of a racetrack here. So again, this could be one of those ones that we have like a Harry Potter alert on it. Um, Again, when we finally do come down and break, and God knows when we will, but we will one day. A 1 to 3 is looking like it's right there, right? Um, it's a little bit deep. I would like to have a profit target set there. So not quite a 1 to 3. That one is probably pretty off. Sometimes when we stretch these, let's see. It's the 61. So let's do. Oh, excuse me, that one snuck up. But that's where the profit target is. So it's probably about a 2.75 in there. Maybe a little bit more than that. And again, obviously a lot of basing below it, so it's not necessarily the strongest. But again, this would be a break. Oh, not that one. I want to move that. There we go. I wanted to move that, and it's not going to let me. There. Okay. Actually, let's throw an alert on that one. Put down just a little bit. Put it right there. That alerts. There we go. All right, Eurodollar. Eurodollar still chopping between those two. Here's that 105 level we talked about, which is a big psychological level. You can see we banged it a few times. Again, there was the news piece from the other day. And again, news piece in the zone. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different turns from that same level. So that level, we're going to turn this one yellow. As a potential level, at this point, it's hit it 5 times, so you need to be very cautious with it. But obviously, sideways basing. I know we had a level marked off here. We were talking about finding a base. That's why the red is here. We're talking about finding the base. It looks like that base is. Sometimes these are hard to move. Probably right in here is where we have confirmed. Right, there's a confirmed base right there. We'll see if we can get much lower than that. What is it? 47, 46.93 to 48. So 88 down to 67. It's all right. Right now with the euro, I would say not really trending too much. You see minus 22, minus 22, but all it's doing is rallying back up in the last 60 minutes. So yeah, it's kind of pulling back up to where it was. So nothing really on this one. ISM in 3 minutes. We'll see if we can get any type of movement from it. I'm is I like this how it's a high and then a lower high and then a lower high. I like how it's kind of filling that zone. But what scares me about it is this was an old violated zone. Here was the first Harry Potter. There was the confirmation off this area. So I mean, there technically it's like 1, 2, 3. This is technically 4 hits off of the refined zone. But typically we don't hold it. It's been holding pretty tight there. I mean, I guess we could probably put something in there. Um, Fortunately, this one just doesn't classify as trending right now, so that's why I'm kind of like, not really. I don't really love. Yeah, there's just not enough trend in that one. I'm trying to look at it a couple different ways, and I just don't see enough. I just don't have enough on that one. There's just not enough there for me. So again, we'll see what ISM does if it provides a new direction. I think it's the best we can do with it right now. Pound yen. Pound yen also holding firm, not doing a whole lot. 64.40 up top. Again, it may get front run just a little bit. Right now, it can't even clear the level. If we just bring it across, you can see that, again, we still got that one Harry Potter. The 50 may provide a little bit of a move for it. But it's basically a price drop of, below 162.10. We're sitting literally right in the middle of the range between the two. 164.40 up top and 162.10 down below. those are our two areas. So yeah, those. I mean, we're literally running right down. What are we at now? -3 pips in 24 hours. So again, another one of those ones that is not trending right now. We kind of really need some direction. So until we get to one of those two areas, there's really nothing we can do with the pound yen, pound dollar. Kind of doing the same thing. We have a Harry Potter. Loving the fact that it is basing right now. So you can see we did pull back to the 50, and again we got to adjust it because it was. Here's the again we would not have traded this right. This was at 2 o'clock on a Friday. Definitely not something that we are trading. If we adjusted from that level, it looks like we did get. It missed. I'm not going to say that it did. It was close. It almost got an over. It almost got a gap there. We came down, hit this level, bounced again, and now we're basing this level. So this is one that we talked about last week. A break of 25.31, right? Looking for a Harry Potter trade back down again, and that would bring it back to a 50% retracement from this low to high. Actually, I guess I gotta raise the low to high here. Actually, it'd be sneaking within the 61.8. So I don't love that the 50's there, but there's not really anything in there. I would say that target wise, if you're looking for this one, target wise would really be clear till down here if this breaks. We'll put this down here. I can tell that this one is way off too. My balance is so off today. I can't get one of these things that I keep looking at it. And again, remember, I have to look to my left, so it's kind of a strange position. I have to like turn my chair, but I can see how off it is. This one's a little bit closer. 74.85. It's closer, right? I know that it's not straight, but that first draw was like down here. But 24.78 would be the overall piece. Again, I love the fact that it's basing. Again, you can see that from the original zone, it wasn't the cleanest of zones, but we hit it, and then the basing's always a great sign. And again, this would be continued dollar strength to the downside, or for this one would be not that the pound is weak, but it's dollar strength, and VIX is up 1.8. So if if the dollar moves up in preparation for Friday, this also continues to push down. Okay, so that's another trade out there. Dollar CAD. All right, so dollar CAD finally pushed through and touched the level we were looking for. Let's take this larger spectrum off. I don't need it right now. We're rolling into a new week, so let me clear some of these old levels from last week. Let's run here up. Ooh, look at that right there. A little hidden zone right there in the middle. We're going to turn that yellow because I want to see what time we hit that one. Yeah, so right now, high on the curve, right? Dollar CAD is up back to 129. We got a couple levels that we mentioned up here. The 129.30 is, and I believe we have an alert set on this dotted line. The level up at 129.30 is a higher time frame supply zone. Okay, we still got a little bit of space till we get there. It's been grinding higher, higher, higher. We are going to see CAD raise interest rates, but again, this one is going to really depend on oil. I think it's going to have to be like a perfect scenario, right? The perfect lineup for this one. I don't know. It's going to be a little bit harder to navigate because again, with the dollar coming with the the U.S. Let's see. I'll go here. This 0.5 raise puts us over the 1% mark, which is kind of important. And again, the potential that it could go up to 1.25 is kind of a big deal, right? It is kind of a big deal. Manufacturing came in just a little bit less, like 55. I mean, it is a red number, so the 55.4, kind of a weaker, weaker bit of news for the dollar. But again, I don't know if it hold. It's unfortunately it's not bad enough to be good, right? Um, Technically, it's bad for the dollar, but maybe it's. I feel like it's not bad enough. Um, it should roll it back down again. And again, we just kind of went off that level. I think there's a little zone right there. I think this is what I'd be looking for in this position. Again, if we pull back because that news is quote weak, you know. And again, nice rally, nice pullback. It kind of took off and then boom, tested it and popped back up again. It did it at 3 o'clock in the morning, so it was a European session-based move. So there was, there was some strength behind it. Is it massive amounts, no, but it was a decent amount of time frame. But I think 128.52, looking for that to come back up and coming from this, going to the 129, which we just bounced off of, and even maybe potentially the 129.30. Um, I think this one has the potential by Wednesday to get up to this 129 level. Question is, are we going to hold up there? And then is the market going to be upset with the point 0.5, the point 0.5 raise? So I think that, again, if they're disappointed, it should be a rollover point. But yeah, that's what I would say for dollar CAD. Dollar Swiss. So dollar Swiss was, you could say we talked about this one coming back down and potentially grabbing the 96. It spiked down. It didn't make it all the way, and it just kind of stabilized itself. So we didn't get down there. I think that level is still a valid level. We haven't really been able to clear the top. We're sitting there now, right? And again, it's not a level that we really want to take shorts off of, but with the weak dollar news, it should pull back. Question is, can we get out of this sideways movement? I don't really know. It spent a lot of time here around this 97.15, 97.20. With that weak data that just came in, it probably is going to kind of roll back a bit. So I don't know. Dollar Swiss is a weird one. I still don't love any of the setups out of here. So again, you can see that it bounced twice off of our level, but what was the movement off of it? 30. I guess it was okay. It was a 30 pip movement off of it. But I just don't love the formation. I think this one has the ability to go higher. I would say any type of a pullback. Let's see. I don't use that one, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. I hate this wick. This wick is messing so much of this up for me. There would be something here if it wasn't for this wick. It's like, why you got to do me like that? Why you got to mess this up for me? It's like, oh, just give it to me good, right? Give it to me like, give me something nice, right? Give me like a cookie, like a lay down. But no, you got to throw that crazy wick in there against me. Yeah, I think this one goes higher. Hmm. Problem is, there's so much garbage in here. So much garbage. I don't even know if I can get something. I need to find like a clean, and of course, still nothing clean. Look at this. Look at this. This is like, it's like worst case scenario. 'Guess if I had the draw top, it would be there. I mean, it led to this, but is it like really clean? No. Nope. Nope. Not super clean. That's where we're kind of looking for this one to go to. It's 46 points away. It's a big zone though. Can I see it on an hourly? Can I refine that at all? I can. How much is that now? Oops. It's 22. 17 is better. It's not great, but it is better. 17 is a lot for this pair, but yeah. So that's where I would say we shoot for next for shorts. So it looks like we're starting to break through. So I think we have the ability to get up there. I mean, right now we're talking about 62 pips away. The daily ATR on this one is 66. So it's 1 day's worth of movement away from there. And again, could this coincide with the interest rate change? Yeah, sure, it could. Again, priced in, priced in, priced in, priced in, 0.5, and it could come right back down again. So it is kind of playing into the hand of FOMC. And remember, that data is not till, actually, that's JOLTS. Where the heck is the interest rate raise? Is it here? Yeah, Fed interest rate. Yep. So you can see how much time we have for this one to kind of work its way out. is right there. Right. We're gonna put money, money, money right there. Okay. So yeah, so we got some time to go, but I think that's kind of where kind of shoots through. Okay. Let's go to the end. I don't know who that is. All right, that's good. Let us see. So this one got entry into our short. It looks like it didn't end. Its entry came in at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Actually, 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So again, definitely not a trade that we would have taken. We will adjust this forward with a new level of basing, though. We'll use that, but it definitely was not a trade entry at 3 p.m. on a Friday. That is a big no-no. Let's see here. Do we have enough space? Um, it's a little bit deep. A little bit deep. I would say that right about there is where your profit target should be, right? Um, Yeah, probably it's basically same trade setup. I don't know if we're going to get to it in the next day or two. It really is going to depend on the pre-positioning of this one. I do think dollar yen will go up. But again, if it's considered a disappointment, if the market is really unhappy and pissed off at point 0.5, then yes, this may actually trigger. I would say probably in the next 24 hours. So 130 is really kind of where it's hovering. Remember, 130 is that magic number for the quote yen central bank. So yeah. Actually, let's see if there's another short here. There actually may be. Yeah, it is right around there. This is what I was looking at. This zone right here. It's already got a couple touches, and again, it kind of went pretty deep. But anybody that's going to run fibs from the last recent, kind of the last pullback, are going to look at it this way. They're going to go from the high to the low, and that just happens to be again bracketed, 50% bracketed by the 61.8 in there if they're looking for a short. And again, this is the European Open right here at 3 o'clock. So it was a European short. Question is, if people are looking at that and they're not following last week, if they just want the overnight high to low, that's going to be an area they're going to be kind of looking for. So, whoops, looks more like that. Actually, right there. So that could be a nice little area too if you're looking for something. And again, it's pretty close to a 10:30 reversal time frame, but 1:30:30 running it back down probably to where we are currently right now. So it's funny the fibs almost lined up perfectly to it. Um, there's the bottom of the zone. There you go. Almost dead on where the actual entry would be. But 1:30:30, so I mean it's pretty close proximity, right? Right here. And that would be running it back down into this lower level. So, but again, break of 129.30. We were also looking for that Harry Potter trade, which I think is decent. And again, 130.30 would be a reversal for today. So, looks like it's getting to be more of a risk on day. Bitcoin is it's stabilizing it up, but Ethereum is finally coming back. It looks like it's trying, right? It pulled down and it's trying to come back up. Doji's still weak. Bonds obviously getting hammered. Everybody's pricing in interest rate changes. Um, Crude rallying back up again. So there's a level we talked about for Nadex, how we were pulling back up to that 23.6 level, and it did. It pulled up to the 23.6 level. Um, yeah, I would say oil not as much movement as I thought we would get at the U.S. Open. Again, it gave us that quick spike up into the 23.6, and that's probably why a lot of people are selling. We do have 3 touches, almost kind of a fourth touch in. I'd be looking for a break, but there is this little zone right here as well that is confirmed. It's not. It's a confirmed level that went. Let's see. Yeah, it went 3/4 of the way through that zone, so that zone's probably ready to break. We're gonna put that one as a yellow as an area to watch out for. But we're gonna mark off this one here because it's a decent candle. I mean, I guess the reality of it is that it's probably more this level here, and that was the touch off of it, right? We'll just bracket the whole thing there. It's probably more this level here than that. Um, so yeah, I would say. Wait, let's see. Where is that? I like 97.26 for a long. If we break through the bottom of this one at 99.76, I think it could be a short. I do think again. Let's change this to a red. I do think we got to watch for a little bit of a pop right here, but it did push it pretty deep. So again, it may test and then base in there and just continue to fall. But it'd be a drop of 99.76 down to 97.26. I think is there. We'll see what it does if it bounces and rolls up again. But again, those 23.6 people are trying to short this thing, and it's down 3%, but most of the movement has already happened. I will say that this area right here is one we're going to watch as well for next time. 104.60 looks like it's the magic number. That again, there's probably actually, you know what? I'm not going to mark it that way. There's a racetrack in either direction. Might as well put it on this one too. So 102.23. Right there. And then again, obviously, that's when it breaks through 102.20. And then probably the short here for oil. Like I said, this one, clear sailing. This one got a little bit of a hiccup, but it did push the hiccup deep, so it could be okay. I say could, but who knows? We'll see what time it hits it. Natural gas. Natural gas came back, actually filled that gap from before. Look at this. Here's the weekend gap. There was your weekend gap. There was your gap fill, and there was your takeoff from the gap. Time did this go through? Yeah, 12:30. The market had an hour left to go, so it Harry Pottered off of it. We're gonna remove that level now. We don't need it. This pullback is what got it. Yeah, I think five. I mean, again, we bounced off of it in the overnight at 1 o'clock in the morning. The 5:57. I'm sorry, 5:56. I think we look for 5:56 in basing and potentially even higher. Like I said, France being like, yeah, we don't need your, we don't need your gas. Yeah. Again, been talking about this one every time. There's just like gold. Every time there's a pullback in gold, short it. Every time there's a pullback in natural gas, go long. And again, gap fill off of a base. Nice fill and nice run. So you'd be out if you were in this trade already. Right now, look for basing, and again, if we could punch through, 760, we can look for targets potentially back up in that $8 mark. We know that the next level of basing is kind of up here, right? And then the overall top on it is here. These are our next two levels of really kind of upward targets, I would say, more than anything else, right? There's one long target, and there's long target number two. Yeah, I would say definitely. I think this is definitely. I think we get one more short out of this level, but then I think there's your upward two targets. Gold. Yeah, gold. I would. Again, every time there's a pullback, short gold this week. This was my week-long trade I mentioned on Friday that, when the market opens, get short. It's already $30 in a profit had you gotten short at the open. Again, I think it's going to be a rough week for gold. It is moving a lot, but again, I wouldn't actually be surprised when they raise interest rates if this one pops a little bit because we're seeing so much market movement already in. But again, pretty easy one with everything going on this week that this would be, an opportunity to, excuse me, an opportunity to get short. I mean, there's no real reason I would say that gold would need to be long this week. Again, it would be really just finding those minor pullbacks. So at this point, it is kind of a far pullback, but again, drawing down to this level, we do there is a significance of 1878.90 or 1888. It's an area we're looking to get shorts off of. Again, nice little run up to it, strong push off of it. The push happened at 6:30 this morning, so again, valid entry there. All right. Um, all right, silver. All right. I mentioned the NIG session. Again, I'm looking for 22 today. I got pretty close. Look at that. I'd be not bad on a Monday, and I told you guys as well. Again, Silver doesn't have as many NIDX options to be able to trade it. This one got within 9 cents. Yeah, 9 cents. Yeah, I mean, if we can hit 22 on the first day, I feel like 21 is probably right around the corner. We know we have some buying coming in down there at that 21 level, but at this point, it's like, man, are we getting down there? Let's see. Let's draw some fibs on this one. 23.6. I don't know that that would be the best place to take it from. I do like kind of the 50 level though. If we can get back up into that level here, right? Uh, Again, that would be 22.74, right? 22.74. But I think, again, 22 is there, right? 22 is there. So yeah, hopefully you guys are taking advantage of that. As I said, I wish we had more options to be able to trade this one with Dinex, just because it's an easy one to do. But unfortunately, there's just not as many out there. So again, silver, same feeling as gold. Anytime we have an opportunity where the price rallies, this is a short for me. I just firmly believe that it's going down. Obviously, it never made it to 100. Um, people we know said 60, never made it there either. I mean, I think it hits 20 before it hits 60. Is all I'm saying. But like I said, if we're hitting 22 today, I think 21 is on the radar. Nuri can back the truck up and start buying a whole lot more because it's coming. Um, let's see. VIX is still holding, and remember, I'm delayed like 10 minutes or whatever. Is it 10 or 15? Yeah, 15. So VIX should roll back down again now that the news is out that ISM. They're not going to like the ISM number being like that, but for the most part, I mean, there's no other real headlines. It should start to roll a bit. And again, VIX is green, meaning it's more fear, but yet now, and I mentioned it for Nadix this morning, I expected more of a green day today. It's not blowing it out of the water. I mean, 0.05, 0.06, 0.38. ES is down 0.05 or 0.08 right now. It should be green. There's the VIX is not, indicative of what's actually happening today. I mean, it says, 4.3 right now. Again, you're spiking 4% in the VIX. You should be down, and it's not. So it's just in preparation for what's coming. So let's see what we had at the open. Ooh, that was super choppy. So let's drop it to a 15 and see if there was any entries in there. I bet you it's this one. Yeah, it was that one. Not really. I was gonna say, here's our targets from last week we were calling for. If you guys remember on Friday, I was like, I just don't feel like we're getting a feel good Friday. Just with everything we've seen the negativity going into it, especially the weekend, it was very much a risk off. Everybody was selling opportunity. You can see from that one level, it looked like at 130 we did actually have a Harry Potter where we had a violated zone. I talked about the 1030 reversal. I didn't love it. It did pop a little bit, but at 11:45 it continued down and then gave us an entry short. So again, there's that standard confirmation pattern. We talked about getting low down to 41.49. We obviously hit it. We closed on there, and now we're there now. Had you would have, could you have gotten in at the entry? You're kind of sitting right here at 9:30. You're kind of, you're above the low, below the high. Really, no entry. The question is, where do we go with this next? We did talk about a level here, and it looks like it did push through. This was the very, very bottom. Yeah, I kind of hit it beforehand. I would say, I mean, if there's something that you could call flat, I would say that this is probably it. Again, we've been kind of smashed in this little tiny range. It's down 2 points so far on the day, and look at all the wicks back and forth. There's really a lot of indecision. Even with the news, there's not really any trajectory. I would say right now it is probably more to the downside in anticipation for the interest rate rise. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't even. Trying to see if there's even anything smaller. No. Look at this on the 5 minutes. So, unfortunately, not a whole lot to give you on that one. But definitely would not have qualified for an opening trade. So, at this point, I would say, if anything, look for shorts. Look for shorts out the bottom. People that are jumping in again. The lower highs in there keep showing us on top, but I don't love it either way. NQ, look, they're all now. Now ES is slightly in the green. Let's see. Last week, again, same confirmation pattern. We talked about a target down here of 31.41. We hit it. We actually based through that level, and again, that's why we kept it yellow. We hit it again. We ended up slicing through this one, but again, that was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I wouldn't have been trading that one. Take that off now. Take that off now. Let's adjust some of these up top. Top. Let's pull that. Again, 1, 2, 3. We don't need it anymore. It is officially out. Let's draw a horizontal line and find a decent bottom. Let's run into somebody. Let's see if we can figure out who. Oops. Let's go to 2 hour. Right. Let's see. I hate all the wicks. Hmm. That's what the candle looks like. Not the strongest of candles. We'll mark it. It's probably only a B-rated zone for me, though. All right. At this point, it looks like it's more set up for a short. Let's see if this is a 23. Yes, it is. So, yeah, it looks like it's hit it once and has already pulled back again. Anybody that's looking at this fib-wise are gonna, they're gonna pull from last week. Actually, maybe they'll pull from here, which again, it's not as good of a pull, but they'll look for an excuse to take it anyway. We'll see if we can break through this. It is 10:26. This is an hour. Let me pull back to 30 minute. Again, it's been straight up. So if we're gonna get a reversal today, this is where the reversal would come in at. I will say there is another hidden level sitting right over here, kind of right before the 50. That could also be a potential roll if we get a little bit more movement in the next 30 minutes. Overall, though, again, even with the VIX up 5%, there's just not enough news out there. It's going to be really kind of the headlines in preparation for Wednesday more than anything else. But if a reversal's coming, like I said, it looks like it's trying to get through. I'd look for potential rolls at maybe 1045 at 13,072. So, would this have qualified for an opening setup? Not really. It was kind of at the low, not quite it areas. Again, there's a Globex trap right above where we are right now as well. The Globex trap is sitting right here. So, yeah, I'd say as much as I just want to tell you green, 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 this is like, oh, there's a trap sitting right there, and there's this level of pacing with push right below the 50, right above the 50 as well. I mean, again, VIX is justifying it, but I want to tell you to short this one so bad. But yeah, would not have qualified. So 0-2 on a Monday, and again, Mondays are not the biggest one. So look at this. Look at this one. Yeah, the 930 is right here, not in his zone. It would open right here. So would not have triggered anything. Again, you can see that it did go up. It grabbed that old level. Again, confirmed from the spot. Man, that was an ugly. Look at this. It literally pulled right back up again. What an ugly 930 candle in this one, right? Yeah, this one's not really giving us much direction either. Let's see if there's any easy kind of targets to grab on this. 50's at a level. Yeah, there may be something here. Again, it's an old level. You can see it base and had a nice push off of it. This is kind of the higher level. Oops. Yeah, red on red doesn't work. Probably around 33, 292. Again, look at this open. I mean, literally back and forth on itself, and now we're getting a little bit of a pop with ISM. And again, it ran into a zone that was confirmed already, which is kind of where the Globex. It's not even Globex high. Globex high is right. Let's see. Yeah, Globex high is right here. So we're kind of flirting with the Globex high and that kind of trap scenario again. Kind of there, right? Same thing. Markets should technically go up today, but if you remove what the VIX is doing and what day of the week it is, and you look at this on a technical pattern and know that this is the Globex high in an index future, you're like, oh yeah, this is a short. This is a short. But But again, with lack of any other news out there, no fundamental reasoning, um, take out the interest rates on Wednesday. It's technically a short, but it should go higher. Again, if you remove all those other factors. So Russell, let's see if Russell would have got anything. Now, Russell maybe. Russell would have started here. Russell did pull back, although a little sketchy. But again, we talked about this breakthrough on Friday. We'll remove it now. It went all the way through. So had you taken this Friday short, it is obviously over at this point. We didn't crash all the way down. We just went about halfway. So let's see. Let's remove this, clearing some of these old ones from last week. Still level. We want to keep on. That short is good. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. There's a zone there. So could we get a potential reversal today? 1891 is if we get a reversal, 1891 looks like it's where it would come in at. It's rallying forward. Let's see. Is there any news that came out? Anything good? Construction spending, a little bit, right? 23rd consecutive month of growth, right? Because again, it's above the 50 mark. Below 50 is a contraction. Oh wait, what was that? ISM manufacturing disappoints. Employment tumbles. Inflation shows no signs of relenting. Yes, of course. Yes, we know that because the Fed is no clue. Wait, what? Um, yeah, Zimbabwe under U.S. sanctions for economic mismanagement and human rights violations for the past 2 decades to show a high preference for the Zimbabwe dollar in the payment of services, according to the. Okay, so Putin is now setting a every bad nation in the world is going to pull a Putin. So it's going to be a thing. It's a meme. It's coming in. He's pulling a Putin. Um, great. That's all we need. Every country in the world, U.S. has sanctions on everybody, right? Yeah, we'll see. Great. Anyway, if there's a reversal that's going to occur today, 1891 is where it's going to come in at. Again, the 61.8 is the top bracketed on that one. In reality, I mean, the VIX is still getting higher. Now it's 5.66 and everything's staying in the green. I think this is a lot of pre-positioning. At this point, the Russell is pre-positioning for Wednesday. Again, the interest rate rise hurts the Russell the most, right? And with Russell being the strongest right now, up. Actually, I guess it's tied with the NQ, but I thought NQ was going to be green today because of basically tests on Twitter. Um, Elon shares are sold, so now it will go back up. The 1.31, it's a nice mover, but if a reversal comes, profit taking comes in, it's getting close. Let's see what it looks like. Right here, and 1 to 3 is only sitting right there. Look at that. 1 to 3 would actually be below, would still be green, right? Yeah, so 1 to 3 pullback would still have us ended in the green if that's where we reverse. So yeah, it's there. And then again, talked about this at Nadex. Again, we saw a lot of. I don't need 15. Give me 30. Reason we saw all this was because Elon was selling selling Tesla shares to finance the Twitter purchase. That is all done now at this point. He sold all the ones that I guess he needed to do, so it should start to rally back up again because there's not massive amounts of selling happening. And then again, Twitter, again, it's higher than what it was, right? It is, up green. Again, if Twitter considers this a good deal, it should continue to rally higher. Apple's down a little. I'm actually surprised that Apple's not in the green today. With after the push on Friday that we had, I was expecting Apple to do a little bit better. Maybe it does. Again, it was Apple blew out its earnings. And it was like, what? Right? I think Apple goes higher as well. Apple it really needs it to swing. So I'm trying to see if there's anything else that's outstanding here. Oil oil's looking to break that the 102.20. It looks like we pulled up and started the base in there. It looks like, excuse me, it's trying. Natural gas is again not quite at its profit level. It's close. Trying to see what else is going on. Let me see dollar real quick. Yeah, dollars pulling back as it should. Yeah, this is the manufacturing number pulling it back a little bit. But again, right now it's probably right at the 50 mark, right? Yeah, it's right at the 50 mark. So It'll get factored out here pretty soon. We'll see. We'll see if that's enough to kind of propel it forward. So over and again, now VIX is finally starting to drop 4.31. So like I said, with lack of any major headlines today, again, everything should be green. There's really nothing over here headline wise that is really dictating it. After we got smashed on Friday, which was a lot more predictable going into the weekend. There was literally no. I mean, look, there's nothing besides France saying we're going to just pay in euros and dollars, which is great because the person is not going to accept it. There's nothing. There's no Ukraine. They didn't attack. There's no missiles. I got nothing. Right? There's nothing in here. So again, low VIX. Market should move. Market should move. So, and I'm actually okay with all of them moving because, like I said, I think the retail trader is going to see the interest rate rising and trying to be hitting the heck out of that short button on Wednesday. So, yeah. So, again, uneventful Monday for the most part. Oh, look at this. The pound yen is up to -16. We are now rocking it, right? It's got like 150 pip ATR in a day. In 24 hours, we've moved 17. So, and again, dollar CAD is giving it back now. And actually, the dollar Swiss is also giving it back, right? In the last 60 minutes, it's given back its gains. Euro dollars then 11.44, giving it back in the last 15 minutes, giving it back since the news came out. Everybody's giving it back. Even the euro pound giving it back in the last 15 minutes. So, yeah, welcome to Monday in May, right? What do they say? Go away in May, come back in September. It's kind of I don't recommend that, but that's it's kind of what we're looking at right now. So, yeah. All right, let's do the drawing. So, drawing wise, it is Debbie going for number 3 today, right? Debbie's going for number 3. She's at her 250. Everybody else is going for 25 today. Look at this. Will's not here today. Will's taking off on Monday, I guess. Neuro's in. Ernest is in. No, Sean's in, right? Debbie Marina. There we go. All right. So, look at that. Will is losing some chips today, or losing some ground today. So, I thought Will commented earlier. Carol's in. Sean's in. No. I guess Will's taking the Monday off, which is acceptable. You can do that. All right, let's see. Does Debbie close it down? Debbie, you're supposed to buy as many tickets as you can, right? You're going for 250. You use 20 pip chips to make 250, right? Over a 1 to 10. You should have bought at least 5, Debbie. That's how you do it. All right, winner of today's drawing is, does Debbie squeak out with one with equal odds with Neuro? Do Ernest and Neuro stop Debbie today or what? Let's see. Winner of today's drawing is Neuro. Look at that. Neuro went head to head with you. And again, he had a 25% chance of winning. See, Debbie, you should have stacked this in your favor. 2 more odds. It would have dropped him down below 20%, jacked you above 30%. Yeah. That happens. Debbie, we got to work on this. How to play pip chips. We got it. You got to get it. When you're going for number 3, you're on the dealer's money. You got to use the dealer's money, right? That's how it runs. You got to get at least 5. Your chant worked. Leaderbird. So let's give Neuro his 25. That was your day, Debbie. We're gonna have to do some mentoring just so we could work on your pip chipness. How to play pip chips. So, all right, guys. Well, sorry it wasn't more exciting today. Like I said, every Monday is not going to be exciting, so it is what it is. You guys have a great trading day. If you need anything, shoot me a message on Discord, and I will catch you guys later. Take care.